Alright guys, so you've been trying to buy a house or you want to invest in real estate, but you are not sure the kind of houses you need to buy. In this video, I will walk you through 10 type of houses you do not want to buy. 10 type of houses not to buy. If you find value in this video, please subscribe, share it, like it, and click the bell so we can notify you anytime I have a new video. So number one type of house you don't want to buy is any house that has a structural issue. If it has a structural issue, that is, there is a massive issues in the structure, like maybe it was fire damage or it's a big foundation issue, and you are not comfortable with this, I would advise you don't buy it. Of course, everything has an exception, and all the kind of houses I will mention here, if you have the education and you trust your gut, you are feel free to buy them. But if you think you don't have education, you're not comfortable with it, then don't buy them. So number one is bad layout. If it has a bad layout, meaning that the master bedroom doesn't have a master bath, so for somebody occupying the master bedroom, they have to come out of the room to use the toilet. That's a big problem. Most people don't like that. If it doesn't have a closet inside the room, and or a lot of things are just off, so meaning that the layout, the floor plan is really poor. You don't want to buy that because that will hurt your resale value. Nobody want to buy a house that is not convenient for them. And even if you find somebody that want to buy it, the prices you're going to be getting will be very unreasonable because of the poor layout. So that's number two. Number three is poor addition. It is fine to add few square foot to a house, provided it's done up to code. What I've seen a lot of investors doing is they want to add, turn a 2-bedroom to a 3-bedroom with additional bathroom with a very small space, and they are not even doing this thing up to code. So if you are buying a house and you see there's a new addition, you want to make sure that addition was done up to code, meaning that they pull permits to do that addition. Anything short of this and you don't have the education to do it, I will say stay clear of this kind of house, because it simply means you're buying a future problem that will cost you money, that will give you some headache. And especially the garage conversion, the converged garage, and they never put permit, they didn't do it the right way. If you want to resell the house, the buyer is going to be doing inspection, and the inspector will start uncovering a lot of issues the house have, and you're going to have a time selling that house. So number three is the house have a new addition that was not done up to code. Number four is poor location. Location is what you hear about real estate. You can buy a house for $400,000 and just step into the next street, you can be seeing houses of $150,000. So location is very important in real estate. So if it has a poor location, let's say it's just opposite the train station, is opposite the railroad, it's just next to the the power plant, or it's next to a manufacturing facility where there is a lot of noise, or it's just at the back of a strip club, you don't want to buy a house in this location, because those typically should even be a commercial property anyway. And if you're buying that as a residential, it's going to be hurting your resale value, because buyers are wise. They will uncover all these things and they will not offer you the price you will be willing to accept. So if it's in a poor location, do not buy them. Number five, based on wholesalers' number. So wholesalers are known to be inflating their numbers. They will tell you the ARV, which stands for after repair value, is $300,000, which the true sense, the ARV is not more than $250,000. So you need to be comfortable with your numbers. You need to educate yourself. Very, very important. As a matter of fact, I will even advise don't invest in real estate if you don't have enough education. At the same time, do take action And taking action could be as simple as you reading about, what is wholesaling, how do I, buy my first rental. A lot of YouTube content out there you can use. So make sure you have education. Don't trust the numbers from wholesalers. Wholesalers are known to inflate the numbers, so that way they can make good amount of profit, which they call assignment fee. So you want to make sure you crush your numbers, you're comfortable with the offers you're making, and there is no any emotion attached to it, because this is a business anyway. So make sure you don't trust a wholesaler's number. And if you're working with a realtor, your realtor will always give you a comparable. Within 0.5 miles, they will give you a comps of what has been sold in the last 180 days, in the last 200 days, within the same subdivision, the same zip code, the same kind of houses, comparing apple to apple as much as possible. So don't buy property based on wholesalers number. That's number 5. So number 6 will be, don't buy a house that is the biggest on the street. If your house is the biggest on the street, you will be the most expensive house in that neighborhood anyway. And most people don't want to buy a house that is the most expensive. They want to be on the average side, which means that they want to make sure their house is not too expensive. Majority will be able to afford the house. And the big thing is that the law of regression will be working for you, meaning that the houses nearby your house will be getting higher value because your own house is the expensive one, while the law of progression will work against you because there's nothing to progress again. Your house is already the highest on the block, so you don't want to buy the highest and the biggest house on the block, except you are getting a very, very good deal and you know what you're doing. So that's number 6. Number 7 is solid comparable. You need to have a solid comps that will tell you what has been sold in the last 180 days to the last 12 months within 0.5 mile of where you're buying the house. If there is no solid comps and you don't know the best way to analyze the deal and you're not comfortable with the deal, I will strongly advise you don't buy it. So that's number 7. Don't buy a house that you do not have a solid comp. Number 8 is don't buy a house based on emotion. This is what I've seen a lot of people doing. People buying houses based on emotion. We're all human. I know, blood runs through our vein, but at the same time, real estate is a serious business and you have to treat it as such. There is no emotion in house buying. There is no emotion in real estate. If you buy houses by emotion, you will get burned, and you will get burned really bad, meaning that you're going to be losing money. So remove all emotions. Buy a house based on fact and figures. Fact and figures. You want to make sure the number is correct. You've done your due diligence. You like the house. Everything checked good. And make sure your lenders also approve the house, so that way you are all on the same page. So number 8 is don't buy house based on emotion. Buy a house based on fact and figures. Number 9 is that you don't want to buy a 1-bedroom, 1-bath house. 1-bedroom, 1-bath, they are typically you're going to have a lot of turnover in terms of tenants, because a tenant that will live in 1-bedroom, 1-bath, within the next 1 year, they're already thinking of moving out because they want to go to a place bigger. So, and as a landlord, as an investor, we all know that turnover is a big thing for us, because every time a tenant is leaving your house, you will have to repair the house, you will have to make it ready, you will need to paint, you will need to advertise again. You do a lot of things that typically, if you have a long-term tenant staying in the house, you would not have to do them, especially the screening process. You have to screen the tenant again. You have to get their pay stub. You have to call their employer. All these are not fun things to do. So if you're looking to keep a tenant in a house for a very long time, please focus on 3-bedroom, 2-bath. So 3-bedroom, 2-bath are the best and the most very common kind of single family home you see savvy investors buying, because they know the benefit of doing that. With that way, you're going to keep a tenant in the house for a very, very long time, especially if you're a very great landlord that take care of issues on time. that treats your tenants very good with respect, and you're not very aggressive with them, they will stay in your property for a very long time. So that's number 9. Number 10 is fire damage house, or a house that has been burnt to the gut, to the storage. So if it's burnt and you do not have experience, you don't have education to buy or to do this kind of deal, I would strongly advise you don't buy them, because that's you inheriting somebody else's problem, and you better have education, you better know what you're doing to be able to take on this big project. I've seen a lot of new investors, they just want to jump in, they want to do deal, and they're just looking for fixer-upper. Fixer-upper is not for everybody. Fixer-upper is for experienced investors. If you do not have the experience, you don't have the risk tolerance, your risk threshold is really small, then you want to buy something as simple as possible, so that way, whatever happens, you are covering yourself already. So it's good to learn, and keep on looking for information, but make sure your first deal is as simple as possible, so that way, should anything go wrong, you will still come out good. Real estate is a very forgiving asset class compared to stock, but you still want to buy right. You still want to get a good deal from your first deal. Except you're buying this house so cheap, and you have run your numbers again, and your numbers indicate that this is a good deal to buy, then 100% go for it, provided you are comfortable with it. And lastly, I will wrap it up by number 10, which means that you should trust your gut. Trust your gut. Your gut will always be right. If everything is telling you that don't buy this deal, if all indication is pointing you towards don't buy this deal, then you don't want to go against your gut. Don't buy it. There will always be another house in the market for you to buy, provided you continue to educate yourself, provided you've trained your eyes to identify a good deal from a mile away, provided you are connecting with the right people, provided you have an investor agent that is working on your behalf to help you look for a good deal. So these are the top 10 houses you do not want to buy, except you have extensive education and experience in dealing with a lot of problematic houses. I will say stay clear from this. Again, if you find value in this video, make sure you subscribe, share this video to anybody that needs to see it, and hit that bell so that way anytime I post a new video, you will be able to see it. Thank you so much, and I will see you on the next one. Bye bye.